Hi, my name is Benjamin Katz, and welcome back to the 48 State Ice Cream Review. Today I'm at the Cold Cow Creamery in Manchester Center, Vermont, trying the two flavors, Vermont Maple Bacon and Vermont Maple Walnut. Now, it is clear that I'm in Vermont because the name of both these flavors start with Vermont. I am expecting a lot of maple-heavy flavoring, with the additional flavorings being more of the mix-ins. I've heard a lot of good things about Vermont ice cream, so let's see how it goes. Let's start with I believe this is the maple bacon. So something I've noticed is that when the sugar content of an ice cream base goes up, the cohesion of that ice cream tends to go down. With this maple syrup base, this ice cream is actually quite crumbly on the spoon. It's not a bad thing, it's just something to note, insofar as you're not going to get these perfect scoops that a traditional ice cream would give you. Instead, you're kind of going to be fighting this cup to get you a spoonful. The flavor itself is something else. The bacon, I've never had bacon in ice cream before. I don't actually eat bacon that much anyway. But the chewy, fatty, salty element of the meat in this ice cream is contrasting quite well with the subtlety of the maple syrup. Now, because ice cream already has so much sugar, the maple syrup doesn't come out too strongly, but on the front palate, right when you take a bite of ice cream, this maple flavoring is coming through strongly. It's very earthy and rich and sweet. And this ice cream base is absolutely a maple syrup base with bacon mixed in. It's a very simple ice cream overall. Okay, let's try the maple walnut now. I'm guessing it's going to be the exact same thing, except this time with walnuts mixed in instead of bacon.
Hi, how are you? Good.
And true to form, that's exactly what it is. The walnuts have a bit worse of a texture than the bacon, because the walnut skins are lingering behind the walnut meat and are sticking in the teeth and making it a little bit unpleasant to consume the walnut portion of this cup. But again, the ice cream base, being this delicious maple syrup ice cream, is really shining through, and it's carrying this dish. Alright, I'm going to try a bite with both flavors combined, but I don't think that it'll be any different. It'll just be a maple walnut bacon ice cream. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I've expressed my opinion on walnuts in ice cream before, though, and I don't think that raw walnuts have a place in ice cream. I really think you have to candy walnuts in order for them to hold their own as an ice cream mix-in. So the maple walnut definitely isn't my favorite, but that's not the maple's issue. That's not the Vermont's issue. That's the walnut issue. I knew that going in, so I'm not going to dock it too much for that. I'm not gonna lie, the more I eat both these flavors, the more I wish I just had a plain maple syrup ice cream. Because I think both of these mix-ins are detracting slightly from the subtle sweetness that maple syrup provides. Maybe more of a jam or jelly-like mix-in would have been better. But both these mix-ins offer very strong and overpowering flavors that are losing a lot of the maple for me. Okay, I think I'm ready for my closing thoughts. Cold Cow Creamery is a blink and you miss it spot along a roadside that, upon closer inspection, has a lot to offer. They have food, they have ice cream, and they have a lovely back patio area, which would be shaded if not for the fact that it was just raining about 20 minutes ago, so the umbrellas aren't currently up. And there is this very gentle, peaceful vibe surrounding this back area. I think they could do better with their mix-ins in the ice cream. They have a very strong ice cream base. The texture, the consistency, the base flavor is all there. But the mix-ins are implemented in such a way where I'm losing a lot of the appeal of ice cream, and instead I'm eating just a cold walnut or a cold piece of bacon. And I really would like to see a better implementation of both of these mix-ins to make it a bit better. Maybe candy the walnuts, chop them into fine bits, and do a swirl. Maybe make bacon bits, do a swirl. I'm a big fan of a swirl when the flavor of the mix-in is powerful, because it allows it to disperse more evenly and you get fewer hard chunks of a singular mix-in. I also want to talk about the price, because I ended up paying about $7.50 for 2 scoops of ice cream, which is fairly high. But the strangest thing about this is that 1 scoop was $3.50. So to get a second scoop, you're literally adding the price of a second scoop. It's kind of unique in what I've seen in ice cream pricing structures, where the first scoop is often the most expensive per pound of ice cream, essentially. And the more scoops you get, the less and less per pound you're getting. But this ice cream shop really has a linear pricing model, which kind of shocked me a little bit, and had a bit of a sticker shock, because I saw the $3.50 for a single scoop, and I'm like, oh, okay, the double scoop is going to be like $5, $6. That'd be fine, but to go up that linearly is a bit surprising as a consumer. I guess, yes, I am getting double the amount of ice cream in theory, but it's just it's a bit surprising in relation to the rest of the ice cream shops that I've been to. So I'll say, if you find yourself at Cold Cow Creamery by sheer chance, definitely stop by, because they have good offerings. But I wouldn't travel to come here again. I feel like there are going to be so many more places in Vermont to get spectacular ice cream that this place, which is kind of out of nowhere, doesn't feel worth it to come back to. I'm happy I went. I don't know if I'll be back. If you like this video and want to see more like it, consider subscribing, or go to finefiltermarketing.com for more on the journey. Thank you.